Hello and welcome to Udemy Clone with ReactJS Part 6. I am Kamran Vidani, and in this video we will create the navigation and routing for our React app. But before starting, I would like to request, if you have not liked the Watch Me Code Facebook page, then please like it. And if you have not subscribed to Watch Me Code YouTube channel, please hit subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get the latest updates. Great. If you are following along, we have created and set up our project. Then we have, in part 2, we have designed the main screen. In part 3, we have designed and finished the main screen. In part 4, we have created the preview screen for our courses. And in part 5, we have finished the preview screen by adding a chat block and live now. Great. Let's go to our React app, and here we are. We have in last video created this blog, quick chat, and now watching. So today we will add the navigation, and for that we have a couple of options. We can create our own routing system, which is which does not depend on any library, or we can use the React routing DOM, that is a library from another developer. And you can just Google it from React training. But for now, we need to create the routing with the library, and for that let's add React route DOM GitHub, and here we are. We need to install this library. I guess I am having issues with my internet connection. As you can see, I'm getting the upload bytes and download a little lower. For web, the navigation works a little different. For native, you just import the React navigation library, and the React navigation library do the magic. But in the web case, we should just create and use let me quickly reload it if it is not working or whatever reason. Yeah, so we have our React router DOM, and here you can see you can just import a couple of things and it will do the magic for you. So let's copy the React router DOM and go to your project and hit Ctrl+C so that we can just terminate the job. And let's install yarn add React router DOM. If you don't have the yarn, you can install with npm. Perfect. Now let's start again, yarn start, and our app will start once again. and just close the router, go back to our app, and now you need to add and import couple of blocks from React Router DOM. So let's go to our app.js, and inside app we should just import from React Router DOM, and for that we need to add the route, and we need a nav link. Oops, that is nav link, and we need to add the hash router. And for the hash router we have a slightly different way to implement that routing system. And for that, first of all, we need to go to our sidebar. Let's quickly open it, sidebar. And inside the sidebar we will be adding this navigation. Now we need to replace it with the, if we can just go to app and route, we should wrap it with hash router, and we need to write it right here. And now we need to import the nav link from here to sidebar, and we need just the nav link. So let's go, and instead of the anchor, the React Router DOM works with nav link. So let's replace it with nav link and just close it. And instead of href we need to add a 2, and the rest is fine for now. If we can just save it, and let's quickly check if we still have the same result. Let's quickly open, and we have our home. And for our nav link, the React Router DOM just adds an active class for the active link. So now if we go back to app, and now we need to add a couple of things so that we should know where we are actually. So instead, or let me call it, well, inside the app content we need to add a route, and for route we need to add path, and path will be slash, because in this sidebar we have this slug slash route path, and inside we need a component, which component it will render, and we have the home page. So let's add it and hit save, and now we have our home page back. And we need to add the right bar inside of our home. So let's quickly move it from home, app.js to home, and just embed the right bar. Home page, if we can what we should do. I guess we should add, well, for now I guess instead of just hard coding the right bar inside of our home, we should just keep in right bar, and let's quickly create a class or a component. And well, for now let's add one more route, or just duplicate it. And next we have our course. Let's use course for now. Course, and we need to add, well, keep the course for now. Let's add the course page and save it. Now we need to add an navigation of the, for example, we have popular this week. We need to click on this blog, and on clicking we need to add the or navigate to preview page. So let's go to our home and just import the nav link there, and inside the import we need to change where we are heading, the popular course. Perfect. So let's change the nav to nav link, and href should be 2, and inside of href just change it to course, and we need to add a plus with, let's call or use the I for now, and oh, we have an ID there. Perfect. So let's use popular courses i.id, and we need to wrap it with the closing tag as well. So let's save it, and we have course list. We have, if we can just go back, and if I quickly hover, we have, you can see in status bar we have course 1, course 2. So if I click, you can see we have one more time our home and all that. And for routing we need to add, as you can see, the path slash is actually matching with each of our blocks. So let's add an exact word, so that if we are on exactly slash block, we are on home page. If I click home, we are on home, and if I click one of our course, we are on the course block. Great. But as you can see, how can we actually access the dynamically created ID? And for that we need to add a couple of you can call it like route course slash, and if you add a semicolon, oh sorry, colon with an ID, we will be able to access this ID inside our route. So let's save it and go to home, and if I quickly add or click one of our this course, now I am on the course 2, and if I go back to course.js, and we need to add or check inside of course page, and if I can quickly console.log this.props maybe let's save, And if I quickly, oops, it is not this, it is actually the props, because we are using the functional component and just pass a props right here. So we have a couple of things. If we can go to our props and expand the match, and we have params. These params are actually what we are passing inside the colon ID. If you just change to something like CID or course ID, it will give you the course ID instead. If you can go to params, here we are, course ID. So let's keep course ID for now so that it makes more sense. And now we can access the params course ID. So let's go to course, and inside the course we need to change const and just add a const, and course ID is props dot match dot params dot course ID. Please make sure you are accessing the same parameter that you are passing inside your path slash and after the colon variable, that is course ID in my case, course ID. And if we can quickly add the courses, I guess we should keep it for now, as we are actually the routing is working perfectly. We can just navigate through our buttons back. Here we are, perfect. Now we need to add a couple of more things. That is, if we can quickly add a login screen, and I would like to integrate the Firebase for now. We will be using the Firebase authentication system. And one more thing I forgot to add is that we need to change the on CSS to active, because when the routing moves from one to second, the active link is changed. So we need to change the on to active later, or why not just inside our sidebar, if we can go to on and add an active as well. Let's save it, and we have the same result. Great. Now we need to add the discover categories and my courses. Let's add app.js and quickly create these screens, that is new file, and let's add discover.js, and we need to add the import react from react, and we need to add a function, that is function discover page, and let's return the same block. We are using div class name, and let's add class name of app page with rel, and we need to add h1 class name, and the class name should be page title with the S24 font B will be good, and C33, and inside we need to add the discover. Don't forget to just export default discover page. Let's save it and quickly copy, and I guess we should just quickly check it. Import discover page from screens discover. and that is not just discover, and save it and go to our route and quickly duplicate it. Please give me a second, I'll be back. Okay, so now we need to add the discover slug. Let's add discover, and let's add the discover page and go to our, oops, we are having some error and module not found. You attempt to import. So let's go to sorry, we need to add a dot so that it knows where we are heading. So let's go to discover page, and if we can click discover, and it is not loading, and discover page, and it should just, why it is just using the course discover. If we can go to home and discover, and here we are, go. Let's go back and quickly add a couple of more screens, and that is categories, new file, categories.js, and copy and paste inside the categories, and let's add it categories page, and the page title will be categories. Let's save it, and instead of just discover, we need to replace it with categories page. Now quickly import it, categories page from categories, and let's add route to categories. And save it. Now if we can click on this categories, we have the categories, discover categories, here we are. But as you can see, the on is stuck on this home page. If we can go to sidebar, and we need to change the current page thing and remove, and here we are. Let's save it. Now if I just inside the course, sidebar, we have cats instead of categories, so let's add cats. Let's save it, and here we are. If we can reload, and I guess there is something. If we can go to class name, I see app, and I'm using the exact, of course, so if we can reload and quickly inspect so that we can just go to home, we have active, and if we can discover, we have active as well. If we categories, the category is working. If we home, everything working. Instead just home is messing up. If we can add the exact match, exact path, great. So now we need to add well, I guess just leave it for now, and we need to add one more screen, that is my courses.js, and just paste here and use my courses, and let's add my courses page. Let's save it, go to app and import and change to my courses page, and import from my courses. Need one more router, and it is, as we have my dash courses, so we need to add my courses page. Perfect. Let's save it, and if we can click my courses, and oops, that is courses, not just course. So we have my courses, categories, discover, and we have appropriate home. Now we need to add just use effect and quickly import it from use effect, and we will use effect, and let's quickly add document.title to my courses. Let's save it, and now we have our title, and we need to quickly add inside all these pages, use effect, and let's add categories. And if I switch to categories, we have categories. If my courses is my courses, and let's add it to discover, and just import it. Use effect and discover, and let's save it. Inside home, we need to change it to the app page. We already have view state, just import your effect, and we need to change it to Udemy. Now we have discover, we have categories, we have my courses. Now if I just click and hold, we have all our history right here. Perfect. Now discover, categories, my courses, home. And this is it for this video, and in next video we will continue by adding the Firebase integration or Firebase authentication. We will add phone authentication or email authentication, and we will continue to adding the logged in or guest user. So before leaving, if you have not liked the Watch Me Code page, then please like it, and if you have not subscribed to YouTube channel, then please subscribe and click the bell icon. So see you in next video.